Alright, Lei Shen, the Thunder King 25-man raid finder mode. This fight isn't super difficult, but definitely for raid finder it is uber difficult. So I'll give you the basic strategies from a healer's perspective. First, you want to mark each corner with a different color marker, as that's more important for phase 2. And prior to the fight, you want to organize 4 of your groups to have 1 healer and DPS in each group. Then group 5, well, first each 4 of those groups will be assigned a corner with a color marker at it. Then group 5 should scatter to any of the corners at that point. And again, that's important in phase 2, and we'll discuss that as phase 2 takes place. The first thing about phase 1 is the tank is going to pull the boss, and you want to get him to the corner near one of the pylons or the pillars. Alright, on the bottom of your screen you'll see a bar. You don't want the bar to go above 80%. At 80% you want to move him to the next corner, so you just want to move him around the room in a circle. With the exception of the first one, you want to get a little bit higher than 80, like closer to 90, 95% before you move him. And we'll discuss why here in a moment. The 3 things you need to watch out for in this is Thunder. I can't think of the name of the exact issue, but you'll see on your screen if you're running deadly boss mods. You want to be spread apart and not close together. The closer you are together, the more damage you'll take. So when you cast the Thunder Storm, you want to be far away from each other as possible. Secondly, if somebody grows really big, everybody needs to stack on that person, because they're going to have lightning dispersed from that area, and if you're caught in that lightning, you're going to take a stun, and that stun can be very lengthy at times, and especially as a healer, you don't want to be stunned in a very healing intensive fight. And the third thing is putting a blue arrow over their head. You need to stack on top of that person. That person is about to take a ton of damage, and it has to be mitigated by the group, or that person will be one-shotted. And a fight like this, you need to have everybody up. He's, I think in Raid Finder, 625 million health in 3 pretty huge phases. So you need to have your DPS up there, and you don't want them dead. And that being said, this is a healing intensive fight. So healers need to do everything they can to conserve mana. And as a druid healer, I know firsthand that is a tough thing to do, because all of your spells cost tons and tons of mana. Alright, and the final part of the first phase of the fight, and throughout this entire fight, kill the ads. Irregardless of what's going on, when ads are up, ads must die, or they will overwhelm the group and it's a wipe. And you don't... For Raid Finder, this is, I think the first time I did this, there was 14 wipes. This video here was after 12 wipes. So it's not easy to go. Okay, so here's phase 2 getting ready to begin. Alright, so everybody's in their corners, and healers get ready for some damage. And you'll see coming up here in a moment. Alright, somebody has the blue arrow over them, you stack. Then you're going to see all of our health just... I'm throwing hots up now to get it moving. And again, if we didn't stack, then that person would have died, and probably subsequently people close to him would have died as well. So it's exceptionally important that you stack in this fight, in this phase. There I am. I'm really large now, and you'll see the burst of lightning come out from underneath me. If you get caught in that AoE burst, you get stunned. All right, so that phase is over. Phase 2 is now beginning, and he's going to add a couple. Not only we're going to rinse and repeat. Also, during that phase just now, he destroyed one of the corner pylons. So you're only going to be going to 3 corners versus all 4. And don't run through the corner, and you'll see it's electrified up. You don't want to be trapped in that corner, because you'll take damage if you go stand in that blue stuff. So he's going to add 2 additional things here. One is a ground lightning storm. Don't stand in it. The longer you stand in it, you'll take a nice burst of damage and die. So you don't want to do that. And then he'll throw lightning across the floor. Don't stand in the lightning, as well as everything else that's happening throughout this phase. Also, you see the blue swirly things on the floor there? Stand in them. They'll give you a buff. I can't exactly tell you what the buff is, because I always forget to stand in it, but it's important that people do jump into it. and this is going to be a long fight. I think this time it ran us 12 minutes to finish it. I've seen it go upwards of 20 minutes. And there you see the lightning storm across the floor. Don't stand in any of that. And this is pretty much, for the most part, typical raid tactics. If there's something on the ground, you don't stand in it, with the exception of the blue swirly. Anything else you want to avoid. See the blue arrow? You need to go stack on this person. Again, this video has music playing. I'll see how much damage I take standing in the lightning. I just couldn't get through it fast enough. I should have used a speed boost to go through there, but I didn't. I've had a couple people ask about my user interface in this, what I'm using down there. I use Bartender along with Spartan for my UI on the bottom. I use Deadly Boss mods, as you see throughout the screen. I use Recount on the bottom right, and then Hillbot, which you see on the bottom left. I like my screen to be mostly clean when I'm playing. I really should have saved that cooldown for a later time. But like I was saying earlier, I am listening to my media player in the background, as you can hear, and so Google and all their almighty pain in the assness will definitely not have this video up for everybody to see, and I do apologize. Because apparently I'm letting people steal music or whatever. F them. See, here's why I should have used my tranquility cooldown. See, lightning. I'm going to take more damage again because I'm standing in it. That almost got me that time. When that storm hits, you need to be out of it. Now, remind you, this is Raid Finder version, so you know that the regular version of this fight is definitely going to be far more complicated. But don't knock the Raid Finder version, because this is... Alright, back to your perspective corners again. Blue arrow, stack. I mean, as you can tell, the tactics aren't difficult. Blue swirly things, stand. I mean, again, a tactic isn't hard. It's just getting everybody on that same page. Big person, stand on top and stack. Alright, he should be getting ready to leave his little center, and this is the final phase, the burn phase, and then again we're going to do everything we did before, except now he's going to throw wind into it and push it all over the place. And this is a new mechanic they've thrown in for Pandaria, and this wind can be a pain in the ass because it's really hard to heal, because you get pushed back if you need to cast a long heal, and instant cast healing doesn't have the big enough numbers for some of the big damages that people take. Alright, and you see like the corners that are electrified behind him. You don't want to be in those corners because you'll take damage as well. And I'm sure there's other videos out there that have better explanations of the fight. Mine are not as technical, but I'm just trying to give you the basic concept of what you need to do. And it's a fun fight. I like that the Raid Finder fights have finally thrown a challenge out there for everybody versus just tank and spanks. Because Mogushun Vault is literally a tank and spec. Actually, I call it now a 10-man heroic. When I do it with my guild, I'm kind of bored of doing it, honestly. But I know they're just running alts and so forth through to get extra gear for them. But I'm looking forward to when we can actually get this in a regular mode in my guild and start really doing challenges of this fight. And I should have shown you the video of the trash coming up because it's just as bad as the boss. And we wiped on trash, which I always thought would make a great guild name. Wipe on trash. We wipe on trash. And again, you can be blown off the edge, so don't let that happen either.
Beware.
And again, this is the phase where we really want everybody alive to burn him down. Because you just can't stand and do your DPS. Oh, see lightning, you don't want to stand in. I'm about to get hurt. And that's it. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. See you another time.